Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, you are energy. This reality is about you. I want to welcome you guys back to Soulithic Shift, and this whole channel is going to be about Soulithic shifting your life. So let's get to it. Let's talk about the first thing that I feel like has become such a misleading buzzword as of late for everyone who may be on their spiritual journey: the Matrix. Let's clarify this whole Matrix thing really quickly. The Matrix is everything around you. The Matrix is that lovely apple juice you have in the morning. The Matrix is that lovely alkaline water you have. The Matrix is vegetables. I don't know if this is shocking to you guys, but we are inside a dream, a collective dream. And now you got scientists coming out and proving the stuff that we already knew with quantum jumping, quantum this, quantum. It's a matrix, guys. It's a divine dream of the one infinite source, God, maker, whatever name you want to give it. But you are a part of that big collective. We are all one, but different. I was going to use the Morgan Freeman quote, but basically, although many, we are one. That was from the song B.O.B. Bombs Away with Morgan Freeman. Fire song. So shout out to B.O.B. in that song. But I just wanted to tell y'all, the Matrix is everything around you. You are in a, some people believe they want to call it an organic simulation, a simulation. Now, what does that mean though? Because some people get it twisted and they're like, well, if it's a simulation, what does it matter? It's like, it feels very real, right? It feels very real. All that pain and everything you're going through feels very real, right? That's the point of it, the experience. You're supposed to go within yourself and find that divine truth of what this life means to you. You need to define that for yourself. Nothing outside of yourself will define that. Whether you get financial freedom or not, your soul came here to do certain things. So if it's financial freedom, you need to lock in new. If it's becoming a firefighter, if it's becoming one of the best artists for yourself, again, to me, I deem, art is subjective. So again, when you go to do certain things in life, there's really no one outside of yourself that can hand you a degree, a piece of paper, or whatever that determines your worth. But you should determine what that item means to you. Because realistically, look, this is what I call my most recent grimoire. It's got a burger on it. This is my most recent grimoire. I love scripting. Love it, absolutely love it. And I do it just because of me. I love writing. And it's helped me to manifest a lot of things already in my life, but I love utilizing scripting. That grimoire, that book can mean nothing to the next individual I show. I could show somebody that book and they'd be what is this? Like you just your journal, you're just showing me your journal, okay? And I'm like, but no, you don't get it. It's the most important relic in the history of the Anunnaki. And they'd be like, okay. And they call me a freaking weirdo and think I should be admitted into a mental hospital because I'm yelling at a random stranger about my book. I'm kidding. It could be a family member or whatever. The thing is, we are the ones that give meaning to things. Look at your childhood is the best example of this. For those of you, I'm going to give the metaphysical meaning of the way I take this. You enter the kingdom of heaven like a child, not childish and whatever, but childlike. Your mindset, staying in that imagination. Neville Goddard believed it. For you Neville Goddard peeps out there, your lovely human imagination is God. And I think Neville realized this towards the end of his journey as well, that it isn't just a human imagination, it's divine intelligence and imagination that shows up as human imagination. That is God. That lovely stuff you used to do as a kid and have imaginary friend, that was all wiring your brain. All those things. You really thought that imaginary friend was real until you started to grow out of it and someone told you you're not, or you got programmed by the school system. But now do you realize everyone talking about ancestors and all of this stuff is the is that same thing? You talking to your ancestors or channeling these higher beings is that thing you were doing as a kid. Whether you see music artists that put these symbols in their music videos, or even Justin Timberlake did a video where it was like this apocalyptic thing and it was like called Supplies. A lot of funny symbolism in that video. But at the end of the video, the kid is saying, go home, like go home. Because the thing is this is not your home. This isn't where you are. This is you having an experience. And it could be a prison, or it could be a school, depending on your perspective of life and how it works, because your perception is ruling your reality. And that's the thing. How is your perception ruling your reality if you're in some sort of matrix you got to escape? You are the matrix. That shows you right there. You are the matrix. You are the matrix you're trying to escape. And don't get me wrong, get your financial freedom, get your money up, do what you got to do, because only you truly know what your soul has in store for you to do, or this journey you have to embark on. This would have saving me. This would have saved me a lot of time when I was younger, because I was obsessed with trying to find my purpose. And then I realized the journey is the purpose. I realized when I arrived at certain things that I was trying to manifest, or just trying to bring into my life, I realized, oh my gosh, the whole thing away, like the journey was the goal. I looked back and I laughed and really like smiled upon the nights that I stayed up, or the techniques that I tried and everything. And I realized, man, and even when I arrived at my goal of whether it was manifesting $20,000 or whatever it was, that the goal was me. I was the matrix. I was trying to overcome my own mind with you. You are your own worst enemy. It's you versus you. And that could be another video talking about the same concept. But I hope I don't sound like a broken record in a lot of these videos, because that's what it's going to sound like. I'm just going to hopefully be delivering it to you in a more impactful way, in a more powerful way of just knowing this for myself now. But I'm telling you guys, you will look back and laugh, because usually when you arrive at that thing, and you can look at video upon video of many successful people, that thing you can still enjoy, and it brings them enjoyment, but they realize the true fulfillment was within themselves. They realize when they got, I hear this talked about for people who, go from 1 million to $10 million to this million. They end up, or even like for subscribers, they end up going, it just felt the same. Like, and at one point when they didn't really realize the truth within themselves, it became like this hamster wheel of wanting more and more and more, and more was never enough, because the true fulfillment was within you. Let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen, you're not escaping any matrix, because the matrix is you. So why do you want to escape yourself? This system was built in play for you to be an energetic being having a human experience, to wake up to the true realization of who you truly are. You get it? So you really have to embody that and realize that, because if you don't, you're going to be running in circles or reincarnating for a pretty long time. But the thing is it's okay, because what is time but a construct? Sorry, I was gonna say another bar by a certain artist I like, but nonetheless, it's all the matrix, the trees, the everything. There's some people that don't even believe we're breathing air. Like, the point is no matter what we may be breathing, no matter what you may be eating, no matter how much GMO or election or whatever, whoever is in place, it doesn't defeat the fact that you will look at yourself one day and be like, wait a second, what is the purpose of all this? Because I'm telling you, knowing from experience, I was 14 asking why we exist, because I was looking at the world. I was looking at my peers. I was caught up in some of those battles of being like, damn, black individuals are really being done dirty, and saying all these things, and caught up in the illusion of it all, until I really realized, oh, now I understand why all of this is going on, and why, at least for myself, I started to discern a lot of the tricks, and especially the politics, and certain things in reality that really make you go, that doesn't seem slightly right. From everything, man. And then I started to realize it's really perception. Like, there's nothing going on. And you know what's funny? You want to also know how it's a matrix? If you have a spiritual awakening, this is something that a lot of people go through. I went through this when they had their actual awakening. It seems like friends and family turn on them. You lose certain friends, whatever. Everyone's like, you feel like people are calling you crazy. Some people may actually be calling you crazy. Shit. I was told that I was blessed by the devil, and that's how I was having certain visions that were coming true. But what I realized is, after all of that conversation died down, it was almost like it didn't exist. It was almost like all the pain of being called crazy and all of that stuff faded away. And this was actually something that this individual has made the transition now. He used to say he didn't consider himself a teacher, but I'll call him a teacher, really great metaphysical teacher, Brother Panic, would talk about, is that haven't you noticed that after you have your awakening, all of that stuff and struggles seems to just take care of itself? Because you really start to realize that it was your mind the whole time attracting certain things to you, or the greatest pain was the thought of death, and everything else you're dealing with, like trying to prove yourself or your trauma. It's like when you have your awakening, it's almost like all of that stuff takes a back seat after you've been like maybe a year into it. And this could vary for everybody, you can be still going through it now, I don't know. But the truth is, for me, and at least what I've experienced, is that once I realized that all of this was not real and everything, it was daunting at first. I was scared as shit, but it all ended up just kind of becoming natural. Like anything you begin, sometimes when you begin on a embark on a new journey of learning something new, it can be scary, it can be intimidating. But then when you're a veteran in it and you're weathered and you've been through the storm, it seems like it all just calms down and it all just becomes, oh, it's just another day. And that's really what this whole spiritual awakening experience is. I don't know why people are really running around like some of these people involved in this stuff is the devil, or there's something you got to escape and you got to do this. And oh, there's so much pressure. It's like, hey, take a chill pill. You're divine. Go within, deal with your mind, and you will see reality just start to turn around. It's literally it's literally like living in the Truman Show. That's why the Truman Show is really a great example, or you could give it a really great metaphysical movie. If you're some That's something else I'm going to talk about in Awakening, but yeah, I'm going to make a video probably about like the signs are all around you. But that's been this video. The Matrix is you. You're not escaping yourself. It's all around you. Nature and everything. Whether we need to connect to nature or not, or do this or not, you program your body. So you're the that what you choose to do in your reality is what you've chose to done, and or it's what you've chose to do with the divine frequency that is yourself, that channels through you. Not to get all fancy with words and try to get all mixed up, but it's the best way my mind relays it to y'all. Whatever you decide to create in this reality, you're God, you're a creator, you're creating, you're using your divinity to basically fine tune it into a certain direction that you want to go. You are the matrix. So whatever the matrix means for you, I don't know. But once you wake up to this realization, I think things get a lot easier. So, anyways, love y'all as always, and start taking control of your life. And what it is start taking control of the inner world, and that will make your life streamline. Anyways, all right, that's that video.